The Cajun favorite, jambalaya. Mine has rotisserie chicken and some sausage, green salad on the side, and to give it the authentic kick, a little Tabasco offered. To see how to do this very quickly with rotisserie chicken, check it out.
Each day during the month of February, I will be using the $4.99 Costco rotisserie chicken as a springboard for a wide variety of easy, inexpensive, delicious meals that are generally very healthy. Tune in every day this month for a new recipe.
If you've never made jambalaya before, I've got a quick, easy cheat for you, and that is to use the packaged jambalaya mixes. This one is Tony Chachere's or Zatarains. Here's the Zatarains Creole seasoning, but they also have a packaged jambalaya mix. And my absolute favorite, I keep the package because I have to order this online, Bayou Magic. When I ordered online, I have to order 6 packages, and that makes huge quantity. So I don't do it until I'm ready to give it to other people too. Pass along the packages to my daughter, who's married to a guy who lived in Louisiana during his high school years. And he is a huge Tony Chachere's fan. We have to keep his seasoning around when Jonathan's here to visit. So I take a few liberties. This is super easy to do. You just add water and you add your meat and you cook it. That's all there is to it. But we're going to take this package and we're going to amp it up by adding not only the meat, we're going to add some sausage, and we're going to put in some of our rotisserie chicken. But we're also going to start with what's called the Trinity. And the Trinity is celery, onions, and peppers. Now, if you've ever been to the New Orleans area and you stay in a hotel, there are all these little advertisements for taking a cooking class. And they're going to teach you how to make jambalaya and bread pudding. I never did it, but my sister did. And quite frankly, I think these packages in some ways are kind of superior to what you make from scratch. It's really good stuff. So we're going to start with our big pan and just a little bit of oil in there. And I'm going to fry up some sausage. Now, the classic thing to use is the andouille sausage, which is the traditional Cajun sausage, but you can also substitute Kielbasa. And for years I used Kielbasa because I could never find andouille, but now I'm beginning to see it a little more commonly, and I wait for it to go on sale. And I tend to buy it and stick it in the freezer if I'm not ready to use it. When it's on sale, I'll do that ahead of time so it's not so expensive. Usually it's half price when you catch it on sale. I'm just going to cook that until it begins to brown a little bit and looks pretty. Then we'll add our Trinity. My sausage is beginning to brown, caramelize a little bit. And now I'm going to add the Trinity, the onions, the celery, and the green peppers. And we're just going to stir that up. Now, the thing to do is to add a little bit of seasoning right now. This is a McCormick's Bayou seasoning. Quite frankly, that's not my favorite. They're not from Louisiana, and they don't really know how to do it quite right. But I bought this big one. I'm stuck with it. Zatarains makes one, and like I said, Tony Chachere's makes one also. Jonathan's absolute favorite is the Tony Chachere's. But this one's good also. I think Bayou Magic has a Cajun seasoning also. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit in there. It has a lot of salt in it too. And since my package recipe already has some, I'm only salting for the vegetables that I've added in here. And I didn't need to add any extra oil. The moisture from the vegetables is helping me to deglaze my pan a little bit. There's little brown bits on the bottom from cooking the sausage, but they come right up. There's a little tasty flavor nuggets. And I'm going to cook that until, hey, onions are translucent. Gee whiz, that sounds familiar. My onions are translucent. So at this point, I'm going to add my minced garlic. We always wait on that garlic until the onions are done because garlic can get bitter if it's overcooked. It doesn't need to cook as long as the onions do. And I'll just cook that for about a minute. Now I can begin to smell the garlic. That smells good. Garlic's cooked for about a minute. And I'm going to add a can of diced tomatoes. Cook that for a couple minutes. Those tomatoes are nicely cooked. And I'm going to add 2 1/4 cups of water, which is what the Tony Chachere's recommends to cook their product. It says chicken broth, so I'm going to use my favorite Better Than Bouillon. If this were a soup, I'd use my homemade broth. But because it's going to kind of disappear in all this flavor, Better Than Bouillon works just fine. And here's the package. And there's a bunch of rice and a clump of seasonings. And they're little bits of things that are probably dried up bell peppers. But I personally love all the vegetables. So I'm going to stir that in, put the lid on it, and cook it for 25 minutes. Once it comes to a boil, I'll turn the heat down, let it cook for 25 minutes. 25 minutes has passed, and my rice is looking done. And the last thing to add is the chicken. Again, I always save the chicken till the end because it's already cooked and I do not want overcooked chicken. I will always tell you if something can be frozen, and I'm going to tell you right now, you do not want to freeze this one. Freezing does bizarre things to rice. So it's good leftover tomorrow, or you can share it with a friend or invite some people over. But I wouldn't strongly recommend sticking it in the freezer. And we can serve that with a green salad and all those nice vegetables in the jambalaya. And if I had a Cajun accent, I would say how good this is going to be in a Cajun accent. Isn't there like a Cajun cook that says something funny? But check out this easy, delicious, spicy meal. And for the brave, some Tabasco sauce on top. See you next time.